Hello, my name is Hans Kohler, and I'm the designer of the PEC program. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it, show you how it works, and if you're interested in more information, you can read the description below. So, just about the PEC program, PEC is actually the thesis project for my last year in industrial design in college at Auburn University, and it's something that I really wanted to bring into a real-world setting. So, in essence, what it is and what it's designed to do, like the tagline says, let's make the studio a better place to be. I was working with how to build the culture and how to build the community within creative spaces. So in my discipline, I went to college for industrial design. It was a very creative, but you're stressing kind of productivity at the same time. And I feel like there are a lot of creative disciplines that are very similar to that in areas which you have to produce something, but you also have to be creative at the same time. And you also have to work with people around you. So this can apply not only to classrooms, but also to professions. So I think that it has a wide-reaching benefit if utilized correctly. So the way that you achieve this benefit is that PEC is a series of activities that I wrote and designed and play tested with my studio, as well as some of the other studios of lower years in my college. So I would like your help with figuring out how the benefit can be spread to more people, what needs to be changed, what's good enough, what can be better. And to do so, let's get into the activities. So we will begin our journey. Hello and welcome to PEC. Have you been here before? If you say no, what is this? You'll reach this page, but let's say that we have been here before. And we'll get to this. This is the paths page. And here we can find all these different paths. So focusing on productivity, focusing on bringing more energy, helping your team grow closer, and the balanced path. So the balanced path is also a great reference point for showing all the activities. So there are 13 activities total. Most of the other paths, I should say, and we'll look here, will only have 10 activities. So they're a bit shorter because they're focused on having a greater proportion of their targeted outcome. So for this path, which is the community path, there will be more community activities as opposed to more energy or productivity activities. So if we go in and we look, let's say week 1, show and tell, we click on it and we get to this page. This is the activity page. It gives us what we need to do the activity, our materials, number of players, duration. And here where it says facilitator involvement, I wrote these with the act of being a facilitator or being a leader of the activity in mind, because I was the one who had to kind of show everyone how to play, walk them through it, and so on and so forth. When you act this out and you carry out these activities, I want to stress that it doesn't have to be the professor. It doesn't have to be the person who is kind of most in power running and facilitating these activities. In fact, it might be better if you, on a weekly basis, choose a student or kind of a lower level worker or, one of those things. Because I feel like it gives a greater depth to the activity when it's someone else other than the person in power running them, as it kind of was for me because I was a student as opposed to the professor. So we have the objective. It gives a brief kind of summary of the objective, walks you through how to play, and almost all these activities will be able to be completed under 20 minutes. There are some that go a little bit longer, but mostly it's the more players you have, the longer it will take. But almost all of them are kind of designed to be run at the top of a class before you really get into the zone, before you get into the flow state. Down here, you'll see the facilitator notes. Once again, referring back to the facilitator, these are notes that I recognized that might not be immediately apparent to those who have not run this activity before. And then we have an opportunity to give feedback. You can click on that, and a pop-up will appear. which will let me know kind of how I'm doing, and it'll let you give feedback on what needs to be changed. You can also download the PDF. So if we go here, it goes to a PDF version, so you can download and print these out. One thing to note, that if you are printing these out, then you just might want to remember that they do have the facilitator notes included. Not that the facilitator notes are necessarily spoilers, but if you're interested in sort of keeping that aspect a little more private, then that's something to note. But that is pretty much all there is to it. So, like I said, there are 13 different activities total. All of the paths have this last activity at the very end, elegy. You can click on that and find out more for yourself. And I would just like to encourage you to look into these. Even if you don't want to run the whole program, you could look through all the activities and find some that you might use in your classroom or use in your workplace. And I think that you will be really impressed and really surprised at the results that you can get when you start running some of these activities. At the end, I listened to my classmates recite poetry. I listened to them share their fears and things they love to do. We laughed together. We were incredibly productive together with kind of brainstorming sessions. It really covers just a wide range of topics, and I think that you will gain, and your teammates will gain, a really great benefit from it and a great experience. So that is it. That's the PEC program. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, you can contact me with the contact form on my website, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have fun, and let's make the studio a better place to be. Thank you.